Welcome back to Boruto, anime review episode number 103. This one is a view of the 104th episode of the anime of Boruto Naruto Next Generation's The Little Roommate. This is simply put a very good character piece for it's basically a standalone episode focused on Mitsuki. Yeah, there you see the whole thing starts out with Team 7, including Konohamaru. Which, by the way, when you see him in this scene, it's the only time you see him in the whole damn episode. Yeah, as far as I can tell, I think you see him like one other time in this episode, and that's it. Yeah, Konohama gets two very brief scenes. Yeah, they're basically hired by the elite police to catch a thief. And, okay, when in the world did the elite police start carrying demon shurikens? Yeah, when the heck did they start carrying those? Maybe they've always carried them, but I have never seen them actually carrying those damn things before. So yeah, apparently several of these officers basically are taking time to hold. Now, is it just me, or is this police force comprised of about 5 people? I mean, this is a police force for a major city in this world, and your police force count is like 6 people. I highly doubt for a city this size, of how big it is, that it needs just 6 people. It needs a lot more than that. I mean, yes, the police force was massacred when the Chia clan was basically massacred themselves, because after all, they ran the Playground Police Department. Which you gotta appreciate, though, they actually still keep the Chia clan symbol as the symbol for the police department, even after death, yes. Now, in the case of this episode, okay, they're hired to catch a thief. Which you see him like roughly, I'd say like twice the whole episode. You see him running away with something. He says he caught a jewel. You don't see the jewel, what it is. Yeah, this is simply put the B plot of the episode. The A plot comes a little bit later, where they come across a cat, which apparently is lost and lonely. And Mitsuki first was carried by the nip, which apparently you're not supposed to do that at all. Carries it home, and he takes care of it. Yep, Mitsuki. Sadara basically would love to take care of the cat, but the building she lives in doesn't allow pets. Okay, at least get an explanation for that. As the case of Boruto, well, he could have asked his dad about it, but he's not even referenced in the episode. They mention his mother and sister. Apparently, they go visit Hanada's father. Yeah, as for why? The episode doesn't say. It's like, oh, we get a couple offhand references to Himori. Like, oh yeah, we're getting Himori on the side. Oh yeah, I forgot Himori and Nada, like Himori and my mom are going to visit my grandpa, basically Hetsu or Hetsu, and yeah, that's the only mention you get of Naruto's of. Oh yeah, I will talk about there's a particular couple I'll talk about in the episode. Yeah, of course, Mitsuki thinks of a name and calls him Mitsuku. Interesting name. He takes care for a little while. It's a good comedy piece when it comes to this particular cat. He basically buys like a pet taxi for it, some food. Like first he decided to give it, let's say, a hamburger. It's like, no. Now I should point out though, I work for McDonald's and they're at Thunderburger. Now, people come to my work sometimes usually buy like little hamburger meat. They do that just to give it their dog, not their cat. It's not a good idea to give cat meat. Yeah, they probably won't eat it. So he goes by cat food, and well, I should point out though, when the cat first time comes to the apartment, it is so hilarious. It wanders around the apartment and somehow gets on Mitsuki's bed, knocks out a picture of Boruto, which yeah, it's a very odd picture of Boruto. How the picture was taken the series itself was never able to explain this at all. It's shown where Mitsuki got it. He got it while reading a file, and he just somehow kept this picture all this period of time. And for some reason, the picture's kept on his bed. So I'm like, that's not a place to put a picture on the corner of your bed for some reason. And of course, the cat also happens to Mitsuki's sink. I should point out that Mitsuki's house per se, his apartment is basically a one-room thing. All that's there for his apartment is just a sink, a bed, a nightstand, Not much else. Maybe I think there's like a small like little bathroom. Yeah, this is only like the second time in the whole series that his apartment has. It's like his apartment has not been seen very much the whole series. This is roughly like I think like the third time I can think of his apartment's been seen because his place has very rarely been seen in the series. Aside from the Uzumaki house, the only place that gets a lot of screen time the whole series is Shikamaru's home. That's been shown several times the whole series. But aside from that, I mean, take a look, let's say, the home of Sadara and Sakura. Their apartment has been shown 2 or 3 times over the course, at least about a couple times over the course of the series. And that's related to the shooting exam stuff. Yeah. Aside from stuff appearing in shooting exam, it appears like one other time in the end of the Sadara arc, and that's really it. But Shikamaru's house has had a ton of screen time. As a matter of fact, the most recent time was actually seen was actually in the episode Shikadai's Decision. That was actually not that long ago. But Mitsuke's house is probably only one besides the main character's house who's been like the most aside from the main character's house, and it's basically the only other place aside from the Uzumaki home and Shikadai's house that's been seen a lot. I mean, look at say Choto's home. Choto's home has seen like maybe a couple times the whole series. Susumari's home has been shown like once the entire series, only once. A lot of the other characters you don't see their home. I mean, if you want to think of one character, which we never get a chance to see his whole home in the whole franchise, Rock Lee. Yeah, his place has never been shown at all. Same thing with Tenten. Yes, for Tenten, they never show exactly where she lived at all. Matter of fact, I don't think anybody knew where she lived. Let's see. I'm trying to think who else they never showed their home. If I remember correctly, Kiba's house did show up a few times in the original series. But in the case this current generation, the only people's house that's been shown has been Boruto, Sadara, Mitsuke, Shikamaru. Inojin's home technically has kind of been seen a couple times, but mostly just a flower shop. The actual home itself has never been shown the whole series. And it looks like they've been living in the same place Ino grew up in. Yep. Now, in the case of what he does, like after he buys his stuff, he basically plays the cat for a little while with a tennis ball, which apparently the cat loves tennis ball. They also, and apparently the first night, the cat kept coming to bed a couple times, and then after the third time, like, okay, you can crawl on the pillow next to me, and then he comes home, and it looks like the cat is missing. He's looking all over the place, even looking in the toilet of all things, and eventually hears, and it's underneath his pillow. As for why he was hiding his pillow was so bizarre. As far as I can tell, maybe he missed it. I'm not really sure. It's bizarre. It's not a hiding place for the cat. Of course, then eventually the cat gets sick. Takes to pharmacy. Can't help him there. Takes to the hospital. They can't exactly help him there, but they do recommend a animal clinic, which those do exist in real life. And then they come across the thief. As the whole thing with the thief, well, they capture 4 alcoholics, 4 drunkards per se. They're all hauled off to jail, and then afterwards they're kept 9 after they're released because apparently they couldn't find the jewel on them. They also got sober. And the next time you see one of the thieves, like you see him brief like one scene, and then you see him next time you come again is when he takes Mitsuke's cat. Then like, okay, hold up on the nave, and of course Mitsuke uses his special stretchy jutsu, which, yeah, as far as I can tell, I think that's something another trait from his father, Orochimaru. Takes the cat away, they run away, and apparently somehow the jewel was put into this cat for some reason. Yeah, this was completely bizarre. As far as I can tell, they don't show this jewel at all, the whole episode, and at the minute gets the cat back, takes the ammo clinic. They apparently take out the jewel off frickin' screen of all things, and the cat goes on perfectly fine. Well, so the park sees its mother, goes off, and next thing we see him is at the end of the episode, like, oh, comes by the visit, maybe stay there, possibly. Yeah, it's an interesting, it's adorable little episode. And my personal opinion, one of my favorite episodes of the whole series. The only weakness of the episode is the whole thief plot. And I felt barely it gets like progressing forward. I mean, yes, it's halted by the very well written Mitsuke and the cat arc, which basically takes up the whole chunk of this episode. It's almost like the stuff with the thief is like filler, and the stuff with the cat is basically the main gist of the episode. Yeah. As far as I can tell in the manga, this cat does not show up at all. I think Mitsuke's has never seen the manga. I don't know if this cat will return, and it looks like next week's episode is going to be another standalone episode. Yes. And this one's focused on Mitsuke, and something's actually wrong with him. Physically, possibly. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I did also hear that another of the Boruto light novels is getting adapted. Yes. I'm like, not a bad idea to do. hmm Let's see. Which I know it's like the scrolls one. Let me take a look here. Let's see. I know for a fact that it's one of the light novels. Let me look it up here. I know with some like the Silver Scrolls, basically this has been a light novel, and it's focused on several of the other characters. I do appreciate the finally going to do something with the other characters related to this particular franchise. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't. I can't seem to find exactly the name of this particular light novel. Something to do with like the scrolls. Yeah. Steam Ninja Scrolls. That's pretty much what the next one's. That's gonna be 2 weeks from now. And I'm looking forward to it. The next episode definitely looks interesting to me. I'm definitely looking forward to watch it. Otherwise, that's really it. It's like overall thoughts this episode. It's a good episode. It's a good standalone piece, which I do appreciate occasionally these things. So we have to do these long, dragged out arcs for no explained reason. At least in the case of the previous arc, at least that the animators learn from their mistakes. They did make some similar mistakes they made to Mitsuke arc, especially in the case of the stupid villain they have for the damn thing. But otherwise, though, it was a damn good arc. Anyways, that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned tomorrow where I have about 3 videos planned for tomorrow. Actually, 4. One Punch Man, Fairy Tail, Black Clover. In the case of Black Clover, it will be a review of the newest new episode of the anime, but also new chapter of the manga. And there's also going to be a movie review. Roughly 4 videos tomorrow. Today, I only had like 2 planned for today, and this is the only one. The first one, of course, was the movie review. Yep, this was the second one. This is the last one because, oh, I just realized though, Attack on Titan came out today. I forgot to do something with that. I'll probably do something with that tomorrow because, well, the first episode did come out today. So I'll probably get a chance to view it probably tomorrow, okay? But till you see you next view. Bye.